So I will be honest, like I think there's something like broken with me because if you don't know, because if you're not like familiar, if you don't know if you celebrate Ramadan, it's like most of people's favorite month. Like most of Muslims I know, they love Ramadan, they love celebrating it. They really enjoy it. They are looking forwards every year to it. It's like the same with people who celebrate Christmas. You look forward to it, and even though people who do not celebrate, they think it's like very difficult. That people are starving. Why does anybody do that? And for some people that is true. So for some people it's very difficult. Like for example, for me, it's very difficult to fast. But there are some people who do this like completely effortlessly. They just say that it's like any other day. They just don't eat and don't drink, and that's like any other day. And they don't have headaches or anything. And I have headaches. I always feel dead. Like I'm feeling so bad when I fast. Like I don't feel I don't feel the way I normally do. Like for me, it's very difficult and very hard, and I can't imagine this being like any other day for me. Like no way. Maybe it's because those people that I know that say it's like any other day. They used to fast in a country that was like very humid, for example. Like my friend, she fasted in Indonesia, where it's like, you know, you sweat a lot, you're always wet. So maybe comparing to that in Europe, it's like nothing, because you aren't wet all the time. You don't lose that much water. But for me, like fasting is so difficult. But that's not the reason I think I'm broken. But in general, I can never enjoy Ramadan. And this is so weird. Like I feel like there's something wrong with me. Like actually that's the first time this year is the first time I admitted in front of myself that I don't like Ramadan. I never enjoy it. It's like I always feel bad because I always am trying to, better myself and to, enjoy it. And like, but I never really I can never have that what I hope for and what I expect, which is like, some spiritual feeling. Like, I never get that. I never get what I expect, and I'm actually that person that the only thing it gives me is hunger and and thirst, and mostly thirst. Like I don't mind not eating, but like not drinking all day. It's like I am so thirsty. My mouth is so dry, and like I think maybe it's because like I know for sure that I'm broken, but I hope that at least I'm only broken once and not twice, because I know for sure that it's partly because like I do not have like a lot of people, they love it because they have a lot of good memories with Ramadan, and I actually have mostly like traumatic memories. Like this period is like cursed. Always something bad happens. Like actually my biggest trauma in my life was in Ramadan. And that's one of the reasons I can never enjoy it. And I hope it's only that reason. I hope that I'm not broken in other ways than just this, because this is something that I know for sure that, you know, I have mostly bad memories and I can never enjoy it. And another thing that's like, there's certain entity, certain political entity, the one that is currently besieging and starving and unaliving 2 million.3 people. You know who I'm talking about. And every single year they make the oppression so much worse in Ramadan, because they want, to make people, because they know that it's for people, it's like special time of the year that they love it. They want to make them, to make even more painful for them by taking this away from them. And that's what they did to me by giving my biggest trauma, because now I cannot enjoy Ramadan. And actually, yeah, they unalived somebody I loved in Ramadan. And like this year I'm even more scared. I'm really scared because you know what's going on in Gaza right now. It's so bad even right now. And every single year they would bomb Gaza in Ramadan, like every single year. And maybe not every single year, but almost every single year they would either like bomb people in Gaza, they would shoot people in the mosque. Like they, often both. They would like not even talking about like arresting people, beating people up, abducting people, like because this happens all year long, but they would always intensify those things in Ramadan. And every single year when Ramadan comes, I'm so anxious. And this year I'm even more anxious because they keep talking about, doing things in Ramadan, this Ramadan. And I know that this is something they would do because they always want to for it to be even more painful. So they choose this time of the year to do the worst atrocities. Even on Fridays, like it's like a holiday, it's not as holy as Sunday or Shabbat, because it's mostly just a day that you gather together and pray, and you just pray on Fridays the most. But they always like they even on Fridays they bomb mosques. Very often they bomb a mosque on Friday. And so they always like I'm so afraid this year. Like I'm so anxious ahead of this Ramadan. I'm so anxious. Like I'm going crazy. Like when I think that it's to be in 2 days, I'm so afraid what's going to happen. Especially that like the first night of Ramadan is the same night that Oscars happen, and they love, especially those two things. Especially when like people's attention is on something else. Like when it was with this stupid Super Bowl, they committed a really bad massacre, and like world's attention will be on Oscars, and it will be beginning of Ramadan. So I'm so afraid of this coming Sunday. I think this video will be released after the Sunday, but like anyway, I feel like I got this off to my chest that I can never enjoy Ramadan. I feel like so broken for that. Like I don't know, like it feels like bad, but also I never lived in a Muslim country. Like I've been in Ramadan in a Muslim country once, but it was Turkey, and in Turkey like nobody was fasting. I was so upset. Like I was fasting, but Turkish people there, I saw them smoking cigarettes in the street. And when you fast, you don't smoke cigarettes. So that's how I knew they don't fast. So I didn't really, maybe that's why I can never enjoy that, because like in Europe it's not the same. I mean, I meet with friends and celebrate, but it's not like, the streets aren't decorated and people aren't like eating in the street, there aren't tables in the street. Like this year maybe I would like to go somewhere, but I also hate like traveling in Ramadan. It's so exhausting for me, because I'm not one of those people who when they fast it's like any other day. And also like you may not fast when you travel, but then you have to fast those days in other time of the year. I don't want to lose more days that I will later have to do, because I already lose the time that I have my period and I cannot fast then. So it's like I didn't really want to do that. And so I hardly ever like I was in a Muslim country during Ramadan only once because of that. Because I don't travel, I don't like traveling in that period. I'm really exhausted and I don't want to lose the days from fasting, because then I have to do them like in other parts of the year. And in Turkey I didn't feel that much. Also, it was almost the end, so yeah, and people weren't fasting. I was one of the few fasting. Like my friend was in Turkey, then she lived in Turkey, and she told me she was going to mosques in Ramadan and they were empty. That's so sad actually. And this year, like some people, they are saying, oh, you should go to Al Aqsa on this Ramadan especially. But I have work. I cannot just fly right now. I have work. So, and also it costs money, and I think it would be even more expensive during Ramadan, because they would know that people will come because it's Ramadan. So probably everything would be more expensive. And Al-Quds is expensive anyway. Jerusalem is like it's a quite expensive city. So so yeah, I'm so anxious ahead of this Ramadan, especially this one. Like I'm always anxious every single year, but especially this year. I hope this year, inshallah, because I already like took this off my chest that I can never enjoy Ramadan any year. But maybe this year I will do what I always want to do, which is like immerse myself into like praying and like actually better myself and actually have a like connection to God, and not only the fasting and not only being hungry, but also when I'm thirsty I cannot think about anything else than water. Like I always just think about how thirsty I am, how I would love to drink something. So like I can never concentrate on anything during Ramadan. So hopefully, let's pray for this. Inshallah, this Ramadan is better than than the previous ones. And what else can I say? Bye. Probably, after this video comes out, it's already after this Oscar Sunday, so we know what they will do or they will not do. So I'm so anxious for this. Anyway, see you next time.